If you're buying a rental property that's occupied with tenants, there are certain things you need to ask for during the purchase process. Number one, you need an accounting ledger for the tenant. It's a transaction history, shows all charges that's hit their account and all payments that they've made. From this, you can get all sorts of useful information. It can give you an indication of past problems, which would be an indication of future issues that you'll probably have, such as lack of payments in a timely manner, bounced checks, maybe in maintenance issues that they've had to charge back to tenants on. So all that information is very critical for you to know what to expect from your tenants after the purchase. There's also a list of critical information that I think you should require in the purchase and sale agreement that the seller, landlord, provide you as the new buying landlord. Number one, you need a copy of the tenant's rental application. This will have their contact information. Should you ever have to go after them for an eviction or money owed, you're going to need that information. Number two, you need a signed, fully signed move-in condition report. A lot of people forget about this one, and it's very critical. In some states like Washington, my home state, you actually cannot hold a security deposit unless you have a signed move-in condition report. So if you're buying a property and someone gives you a deposit but they don't give you a signed move-in condition report, you've got a problem. Number two, you need, or three I think we're on, we need a signed lease agreement or rental agreement. And you need to actually read that agreement to see what's in it. It's very critical because there could be terms in there that you're not expecting. There could be a length of term that keeps you at an artificially low rent for longer than maybe you're anticipating when you're doing your cash flow analysis. So you really need to look at that. You need pet information on any pets that live in that property. If it's an ADA animal, you need that information too, so you know what you've got in there. And you need copies of the IDs for everyone. That should be given with the original application. The landlord should get an ID. Identity theft is a huge issue, and rental properties are not immune to it. Lastly, after you've gotten all your critical information, you've kind of looked at the tenant's ledger history, you should request a profit and loss statement for at least the last 3 years. This will allow you to look over the financials of the property, see what kind of expenses the owners have been paying for maintenance and other things. If the property has deferred maintenance, and you should know about that during your inspection, then the numbers that you're looking at are probably artificially low because they're not putting back into the property. So you should look over those numbers, but you should do so discerningly to see if they're going to be the kind of numbers that you're going to have. In other words, if you have a lot of deferred maintenance, your expenses on maintenance is going to be higher than what those reports indicate. With those information, you can calculate your ROI, return on investment. So you look at the net operating income, minus your expenses, and you can see your return on investment. If you'd like to talk more about purchasing a rental property and the things you should do when you do that, please give us a call or contact me. Thanks.